Hey, welcome back to another episode of Tripping with Trent and Ashley.
Sorry it's been a minute, but we have been preparing and getting ready to go on a big trip. So follow us along and we're gonna head to Hawaii.
All right, let's go.
Just look at the gate. Don't worry about A and B, except for if you're in C. It is a totally different gate. Anyway, so we dropped our youngest off at his gate. Now we're gonna leave security, go through security again, and then hit up the lounge. We made it to Kauai. Well, technically we're in the Honolulu airport having our first meal. Someone's having Burger King, someone's having a poke bowl, sitting out in the gardens in the airport. We have one more flight to make before we're done for the day. Did you know that the airport in Honolulu, Hawaii has 3 gardens in the interior? This would be the Japanese garden. Then you have the Hawaiian gardens, complete with waterfalls, amazing trees. Last but not least, you have your Chinese garden, bonsai trees, this really cool pagoda. This airport is really like stepping back in time. You get out of your plane and it's like you're in the 60s. Nothing fancy, but so many amazing outdoor spaces. Definitely one of the coolest airports in the U.S. We made it to Kauai. The airport is tiny and charming, and the car rental place even has tons of chickens and roosters to greet you. We decided this trip to get the convertible, that way we could ride in style and have a better view of the beautiful Hawaii landscape.
So Ashley and I stayed at the ISO Hotel. ISO actually stands for Island, Sky, and Ocean. It was a beautiful hotel. They have a pool, they have a restaurant. One thing that we thought was very cool, they actually give you water bottles. And you can fill up the water bottles there in the lobby. It's all free. They provide the water bottles for free. You can rent bikes. So overall, we had a great experience at this hotel.
As you can tell from some of my footage, I'm not real accustomed to riding a cruiser. So definitely a little bit different. And you gotta be careful because the chickens might cross the road right in front of you. This particular spot is also a great place to catch some whales, as well as seals and dolphins, though I haven't seen any this morning.
We stayed in the Wailua area because it's more central, and we knew we'd want to cruise up towards the North Shore. Now, leaving Wailua, you cruise through lush landscapes and sleepy beach towns. As you head north, though, the scenery shifts. More jungles, more rain, more green. You'll hug the coast, past lighthouses, and entering in the towering emerald ridges. As you wind through Kauai's North Shore, the road narrows and the trees seem to close in. Then you reached it. the iconic one-lane Honolulu Bridge. Built in 1912, the steel truss bridge is now a throwback to old Hawaii, a symbol of how life really slows down here. One car at a time means you wait your turn. It's a gentle reminder you're not in a rush anymore, and you've entered Honolulu time. It's actually 5 to 7 cars at a time, not one car at a time. We were lucky enough to hit Honolulu on Saturday and check out the farmers market. Honolulu town is a laid-back paradise. Past the bridge, Honolulu unfolds like a small-town dream, surfy, sleepy, and soaked in aloha. Think colorful wooden buildings, surf shops, taco trucks, and check out this school. Leaving Honolulu, we continue to head north. It's only 7 miles from Honolulu to Haina, but expect it to take 20 to 30 minutes, especially with the one-lane bridges, sharp turns, and frequent photo stops. The road, Route 560, hugs the coastline and snakes beneath towering cliffs through tropical jungle. You'll cross 7 narrow historic bridges, each with its own rhythm. Yield, wait your turn, wave thanks to the driver who let you go. Slow down, not just for the bridges, but for the wild chickens, roaming cats, and maybe a surfer hitchhiking barefoot. Now don't make the same mistake we did by not having reservations to get into the state park, which you really should do a couple weeks prior to even coming out. It was definitely worth the drive, so even if you can't go in, go all the way to the entrance of the state park, but that's where you'll have to turn around. Don't worry though, there's still plenty to see and do. Tunnel Beach is right near the entrance, and oh my gosh, I spotted a massive sea turtle 10 minutes after arriving. But the water visibility is not great here for snorkeling, and the weather changes quickly, so just like that, now it's storming. But that gave us time to go visit the cave, which is across the street. So this is just at the entrance to Tunnel Beach, the north end of Kauai. Strollers waiting outside. And the beach is right across, along with a stand to get some fresh cut mango. This is just one of Kauai's wet caves off the Nepali coast. These caves were carved by the ocean waves when the sea levels were much higher. After a day of exploring the North Shore, we headed back home, stopped in at the Wailua Drive-In to pick up a plate lunch and eat dinner staring at the ocean at our hotel. Good morning, trippers. Now that we got a good night's sleep, it's time to find more adventure. So we just got out of the car. We're gonna come and hike Hanapepe Falls. Hope I said that right. That's what the lady at the hotel called it. Anyway, noticed that the birds got a little crazy on our car last night. It was not like that yesterday. So, speaking of the birds, hey Mr. Rooster, what's happening? First glance. Holy cow. Look at this place. I don't know if there's a marked trail. Well, we'll figure it out. Let you know if we get lost. I need to pull up my all trail. We are just a little bit into it, and it gets crazier and crazier looking. There are all these beautiful orange flowers that come from really tall trees. But I
don't know what kind of tree this is. Super crazy looking, but really cool. Definitely like being in a rainforest. There are more bugs. Oh, looks like we got some ducking to do. Low, we're pretty short, and these are low branches.
And this doesn't really look like much of a hill, but as you can see, it goes further and further down. And I was really glad to have this little rope vine.
Hey friends and fam, we made it to the top of Waterfalls.
Pretty incredible.
Yep. It is starting to rain again, just a little bit. We are in Kauai, so it rains a lot. But this is a great hike, definitely worth all the mud on our shoes and all of the bug bites.
It's a slippery hike.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
is slippery, so bring good shoes, but it's definitely worth it. We have a flight to catch today, or else we would finish the hike and then go down to where you can actually get into the bottom of the falls. It looks like we have some neighbors.
Now we're here at the historic Hanapepe swinging bridge past the Aloha Spice Company.
This swinging bridge is actually over 110 years old. It is still used by locals today, especially school children, but years ago it was built to connect the town to the agricultural fields. The bridge was seriously damaged by Hurricane Iniki in 1992, then fully restored with steel cables and refreshed wood. Situated in Kauai's biggest little town, it is steps away from art galleries, food trucks, and local eateries, especially lively during Hanapepe Art Night, held every Friday night between 5 and 9.
So I would say, if it says scenic overlook in Hawaii, especially on Kauai and you're walking around, just stop. We made the mistake yesterday of not stopping every time, and it doesn't say it that often. So if it says it, stop. Just look at this. We're headed towards Waimea Canyon. I guess this is Waimea Canyon. Holy crap, guys. The journey into Waimea Canyon doesn't just take you to a destination, it takes you through a transformation. You start near sea level in the town of Waimea, where the air is warm and the roosters roam. The sugarcane fields wave in the breeze. Then slowly the road begins to climb. You're on Waimea Canyon Drive, depending on your route, both winding, scenic, and full of surprises. With every curve, you rise higher into the interior of Kauai, trading palm trees for towering eucalyptus and sunshine for passing mist. Some mornings you'll drive through the clouds, literally. The pullouts along the way may tempt you to stop, and you should. It's not a quick drive, and that's the point. Waimea Canyon makes you slow down, breathe deep, and remember what it feels like to be amazed.
Holy cow, guys. This is what I've been wanting to see since we arrived in Kauai. Still not quite sure if I'm pronouncing that right or not, though. This is absolutely incredible. Where I really want to go is that waterfall over there. That's where I want to go.
They call it the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, and for good reason. Stretching 14 miles long, A mile wide and 3,600 feet deep, the Waimea Canyon is jaw-dropping canvas of color and contrast. It's the beauty left behind by a collapsed volcano and centuries of erosion. We're headed back down Waimea Canyon. Found some crazy looking waterfalls. I don't know, they look more like mud falls. I'm gonna show you, get a little closer. In the meantime, this is what happened to my cane. I was just bragging about how awesome canes are, and now they're falling apart. Hopefully, they'll have some Gorilla Glue on the island. Kauai's famous red dirt waterfall can be found not far from the 23rd mile marker on the Waimea Canyon Drive. It's a small, unmarked pull-off. You could miss it if you're not watching closely. That's part of the magic. The waterfall flows over iron-rich volcanic clay, stained with time and rain. The result? Striking blend of deep crimson soil and milky rusty water. A mini canyon within the canyon. It's wildly photogenic, like a scene from Mars, but with jungle ferns creeping in at the edges.
How cool is this? How cool. All this red dirt, red clay. And way out there on the horizon, you see the Pacific.
All that exploring made us hungry. Time for some local beers and lunch. After lunch, we hit up Salt Pond Beach Park, which was popular with the locals. It's a protected lagoon and reef, creating calm waters ideal for families and beginning snorkelers. The water clarity is rated 8 out of 10, so it's perfect for snorkeling, as well as it's adjacent to salt-making flats that are sacred and still in use today. This wraps up our time here in Kauai. It was short but sweet. We definitely would love to stay a couple more days. But now we're going to head back over to Oahu and spend some much needed time with family. So we hope you'll follow along, like and subscribe until our next video. Aloha.